Right now, there is a severe weather system moving northeast, already dumping rain on Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New York, and New Jersey. Now, this is the same system that slammed Tennessee over the weekend, leaving damage in its wake. We know at least 6 people died and more than 60 people are hurt. This is new aerial video that you're seeing from Madison, Tennessee, one of the hardest hit areas. You see homes there look like they've been reduced to matchsticks. And then this clip shows a moment a tornado barreled across a busy road in the city of Clarksville, taking out power lines and flipping cars on Saturday. Make sure you stay with KARE 11 as the Today Show picks up coverage right after sunrise. Let's turn to a live picture from Washington, D.C. now as the sun comes up in our nation's capital, where Congress is in a stalemate over a funding package. Republicans are demanding more border security, and some are fighting over aid to Israel in its war against Hamas and funding for Ukraine. All this comes as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky prepares for a White House visit with President Biden tomorrow. This will be the third visit for Zelensky to our nation's capital since the Ukrainian-Russian war began. New information this morning on the police shooting in St. Paul last week. The BCA says the officer who was shot in the leg was Officer Michael Cheetah, a 14-year law enforcement veteran. According to the BCA, 24-year-old Brandon Keys shot the officer before the officer fired back, hitting him in the head. We now learn Keys died at the hospital. The BCA says St. Paul police were responding to the area of Cretin and Marshall Thursday afternoon after getting a 911 call reporting an order of protection violation. The woman said Keys was ramming her vehicle and had a gun. KARE 11 obtained several documents showing a years-long legal effort by the woman against Keys, including a petition for an order for protection with a hearing set for next week. The people in the East Phillips neighborhood are sounding the alarm on the Smith Foundry plant and demanding it be shut down.
What do we want? Shut down Smith Foundry! When do we want it? Now!
They held a rally Saturday over concerns that the facility has been polluting the air for years. A recent report by the Sahan Journal of EPA findings shows the Smith Foundry plant has been releasing emissions twice what's allowed by state permits.
We, the workers, are the foundation of this community, and we reject the myth that we must choose between having jobs or having a clean environment.
Now, the MPCA tells us that they share residents' concerns and are considering deciding whether to grant the foundry a new air permit. They'll work with the EPA, they say, to better understand the calculations used, since they haven't been able to replicate those findings themselves. Additional testing will be done in mid-December. The Postal Service is now investigating mail delays in Minnesota. They're specifically looking at facilities in Eagan, Apple Valley, New Brighton, and St. Paul. Representative Angie Craig sent several letters to the Postal Service following reports of some in the South Metro receiving mail intermittently. Last week, Senators Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith introduced legislation to try and fix the delayed mail issues. Despite some crashes because of Saturday's snow, we haven't really seen enough of the white stuff to warrant plows on the road this winter. So what are those drivers up to in the meantime?
I'm Gordon Severson. Have you ever wondered what city snowplow drivers do when there isn't any snow to plow? Well, here in Minneapolis, good news for us drivers. City directors tell me they're getting a lot of extra time to work on potholes. You can see a crew over here behind me. These are some patches that they did just a couple of minutes ago. They're also working on some street sweeping, getting some extra time to pick up the leaves and the debris off of the street. And even though we haven't seen a lot of snow this year, they have been sent out a few times for some icy events, making sure that the roads are looking nice and the sidewalks. And it's giving them an extra amount of time to work on training their new employees and making sure that their equipment is ready to go for when we do get some snow later this season.
Time now 6:08, and today the Twins kick off their 18th annual Week of Giving. Pitcher Louis Varland will join the Twins and Saint staff in packaging non-perishable meal kits this afternoon at Every Meal in Roseville. They'll be distributed at local schools to ensure kids in need have food for the weekend. All aboard! The Canadian Pacific Holiday Train is rolling into new towns today after stopping in Cottage Grove. The holiday tradition has been going for 25 years strong now. It features 14 cars decorated with hundreds of thousands of lights and carrying musicians who play a free concert. The Holiday Train event also helps raise money for community food shelves.
Our big push is always toiletries and cash to help support them throughout the year. So our goal this year is $100,000. I believe we have met that goal.
So if you want to check it out, heads up. Tonight, the Holiday Train will make stops in Golden Valley, St. Louis Park, and Minneapolis.